Welcome to the John Campea channel. Welcome to the John Campea pre-Hulk pre-game show.
Yes.
The pre-Hulk show. I'm, of course, your host with the most, Robert Meyer Burnett. Apparently, I can't keep it together. And, of course, I'm joined by my lovely compatriot. Who are you?
I'm Kris Carr. What's up?
We are here to talk about, well, we're going to speculate about what's going to happen with episode 3 of She-Hulk.
Yes, attorney at law, attorney to hire. Woohoo.
Well, let me ask you this. We're 2 episodes in. How are you feeling about the show?
You know what? I got to be honest. I was expecting this to be weirder by now. As we kept hearing about how this was going to be so meta, so many cameos. And I know we're only 2 deep, and we are working with a 30-minute time slot.
No,
But
we're
I'm
working with
hoping-
a 16-minute.
Basically. I'm hoping that we rev this up, though, because now we've got our players in. We've got her at the new branch with Holloway. I'm really hoping that now we get some of the funkier stuff that we've been promised.
No, I agree with you. I mean, to me, this has been a little more traditional. I'd call it traditional. It feels like all the other Marvel shows, kind of.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's going to get... I just hope it's not just the cameos. I was really hoping that the whole tenor of the show was, like you just said, a little weirder. I mean, it looks like we're getting weird superhero characters. There's a lot of minor Marvel players that have been teased, a lot of cameos for people you're going to have to go back to your... Yeah, there you go. And I do want to see those, but I wonder if there's going to be an overarching narrative. I mean, I'm more interested right now in where did Hulk go?
Yeah.
I mean, what's that about? Now, Jennifer, I really do. Tatiana Maslany, she's really good.
Oh, she's
as the
lovely in
character.
this. She's so charming.
Yes, and I really do love all of the players. And I just, like you though, where are we going? Where do we go now?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Especially after we had that really great guerrilla style marketing campaign last week with Jamila Jamil doing the spray painting throughout LA. I loved that.
I did too.
And I don't think that I should find that more fun than some of the stuff in the show. And don't get me wrong, I loved all the family dynamic stuff. I love the 4K conversation. I really enjoyed
Yeah,
her best
another
friend
time
and
when people
assistant.
slamming on physical media. Great. Thanks. Appreciate it.
He was saying you got to have it though. I don't know what it is, but you got to have it.
It's true. And yeah, that's pretty much right.
Yeah.
You know, you got some 4K today.
I did get some 4K. You guys, Rob got me a Bell edition. I'm really
true.
excited. I can't play it, but you know.
That's okay. You can play that. It comes with Blu-rays too.
I'll
It's
watch
fine.
those.
But I mean, I think I really do like the acting. I really do like the character development and all this. But now I think the show needs to, and hopefully it's not, 22 minutes long. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more meat on its
Yeah.
bones, because I do think they need to tell us. And people have said that saw the first 4 episodes, they like the first 2 better than they like the second 2. They still like the second 2, but I'm wondering why that is. Is that because there's not enough crazy shenanigans, or does it settle into more of a routine legal procedural or something?
Oh, perhaps. Because if that's the case, I mean, that's kind of what I've been waiting for, is that legal procedural that has all of the goofy stuff kind of mixed in there. And the Tinder dating, is this when we're going to finally start swiping?
I want to see her swiping left or right. I want to see, like, are we going to get the speed date montage?
Exactly.
Where she's like dated 6 different dudes and we see what she likes and what she doesn't like.
Yeah. Is she going to date Pug? I love Pug. Giving you the best bathrooms to poop in? That's a gentleman's move.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. And he's like French or something.
Is he?
I don't know.
Oh.
He just seems like that would be a gentlemanly thing to do.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea. But the thing about that is I really want to know why, if she can change at will, would she choose to date as She-Hulk? Is that because she's not kink shaming somebody and somebody says, I'd really like you to be She-Hulk when we go out?
If it's like the comics, right? That's when she's less inhibited. When she is the She-Hulk persona, she's not as, suspicious of people or a little more inhibited.
They haven't said that on the show yet.
No, but I'm wondering if that's something that happens.
That could be something that she doesn't know is going to happen until she gets into an arousing situation, in which case that's interesting.
Maybe then, and maybe that's why She-Hulk really enjoys using the apps.
That would be interesting. Add a psychological layer to the character that we might not have been expecting, but we are expecting, because you knew that was in the comics.
Yeah.
I read those comics too long ago.
Oh, I love Sensational She-Hulk.
I did too.
So good.
It was good.
So good.
It was good. Now, do you think that they're going to adapt any specific storylines from that comic?
I feel like not for this, because they are taking that Fleabag approach, and because we've changed the origin story and everything, right? Which makes sense to me. Having her, gunned down by a mafioso boss was a really intense start to this character.
Right.
And also having Bruce be the person she happened to get a blood transfusion from. We understand that science like that would be, no, let's find a different donor, not your cousin who's chock full of gamma radiation. This all made sense. So I feel like they've deviated in ways that are really, really great. And I'm hoping they just pull more from the actual meta nature of the comics. You know, her ripping through those pages was so good and iconic. And I'm hoping we get kind of a, let's step through, let's walk into the Marvel office. And let's
or
talk
walk
to
into
Kevin.
the screen somehow.
Exactly.
Like she actually at one point tears open our screens and it's like, hey.
It's like The Ring, but charming. That's
Can you
what I'm
imagine
hoping for.
She-Hulk coming out of it? That'd terrify me.
Quality television.
And she'd be flickering in green.
Yeah.
This is like it's Samara in America and Sadako in Japan.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Now, do you think other than these lesser known heroes or villains that might need her help, and we've talked about this, any more thoughts on cameos, potential cameos? Have you changed your minds? We talked about this before.
I mean, I'm still pretty set on who we have in here, right? We obviously know some of them. We know we're getting a lot of well, not a lot, but we know we're getting interaction with Wong. Obviously, more Emil. I'm hoping we get.
Are we going to see Wong tonight?
I think we will.
I think we're.
I think we will, and I'm really interested in seeing Emil's 7 soulmates.
Yeah.
I really want to find out who those people are. And hopefully we're getting some Daredevil soon, too.
Well, I think so. They teased Daredevil. So in that classic Daredevil Marvel costume with the yellow, that's pretty cool. I mean, I want to see that. I don't know. I feel like I'm a little bit lost in knowing the direction that we're going to head in.
Yeah.
I want to know.
I do, too. And I want more Titania. Bring her back in.
Well, for her, absolutely, we're going to get more of her. Like, why did she break into the judge's chambers?
I think she was paying traffic court fees or something, and then everything went wacky. But I want to know more about
I want to know more. Do you want to know more? It's like in Starship Troopers. Yes.
I
do.
That was Starship Troopers, the animated film, was the first thing I ever worked on.
Really?
Yeah, that was my first job ever.
Wow. Did you get to say, do you want to know more?
No, I was an AI.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well,
little Easter egg for you. Yeah.
That's impressive. That's nerd cred on the street right
Thank
there
you
for you.
so much.
So yeah, I mean, and I do, I guess I want to see I want to follow some kind of a big legal case. I mean, I know Emil Blonsky's probably the case.
Yeah.
But right now I don't feel like, obviously they upped the because he was now his shenanigans in the, I guess, Hong Kong or what was it? Did they go to Hong? Was it Hong Kong?
Oh, when they go to the
it wasn't
fighting
Madripoor, was it? I mean, they were going. Didn't they go to? I don't know where
I'm not
they.
sure where they went.
I don't remember in Shang-Chi where they went. No, Madripoor was Falcon the Winter Soldier. But I don't know. But I want to find out. Like, I want to know, does him and Wong just do this for fun? Like, does he just show up and like sorcerer him out of his cell?
I really hope he's a character witness for him, because we had him talking in Shang-Chi, right, about, like kind of getting it together and hanging in there and all this stuff. And I think that Wong is just really trying to help him like better himself.
Right. He's and cut down on the anger, buddy.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's kind of what I got from it. Like, they're like buddies. Like, they go do this and they're scamming people for money, which I like, because Wong was set up. I think it's Infinity War where he talks about going to get some deli around the corner, and he has to borrow money from Strange. I mean, I love that.
And now he's just hustling so he can keep eating that really, really great chicken soup or whatever he's getting.
If you're the Sorcerer Supreme, do you get paid by the,
No, well, and
does Comertage have like a...
Jennifer astutely brought this up. What are their pension plans? Do they have health insurance? Are they paid in any way, shape, or form? I'm excited to see that kind of stuff. I know that's, pretty mundane minutia, but I think that's what's really fun about this show.
If you have a superhero law firm, who better to write your contracts?
Exactly.
I mean, and we still don't know where the Avengers are.
Yeah.
I mean, they were destroyed at the end of Endgame. I mean, at least Avengers headquarters was. Strange talked about, we'll get you on the lunchbox and Multiverse of Madness. But where are the Avengers?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Very curious about that too. Are you expecting any specific cameos or any just kind of wild card things?
No, other than I think that we might see, we know we're getting Daredevil, but I'd be curious to see if we get anyone else, because it's the Abomination and he was in Shang-Chi.
Yeah.
And we are on the West Coast. Maybe Shang-Chi's in LA for some reason, coming down from San Francisco.
Maybe at least Katie. I would love to get Awkwafina in here. I think that'd be a fun dynamic.
But that makes sense, though, of all the characters, because they're all New York-based, except Seer, maybe.
They all live there. Ant-Man, maybe.
Right, because he's in San Francisco, too.
Yeah.
Maybe Ant-Man and Shang-Chi.
That'd be great.
I'd love to see that. I don't know. I mean, I'm excited. I still like the show a lot.
I do too. I think this is just kind of, because this is almost our midway point. So
Right.
I feel like these next few episodes are kind of where the show really needs to figure out what its tonality is going to be and what its greater message as part of the MCU is.
Because 5 is our midpoint. You know, I agree with you. I mean, we got to see where we're going to go. It's got to be. I want to love the show. I do.
I do
want
too.
I want to love it. But I don't know. Right now, I'm liking it,
Same.
enjoying it. But I'm sort of ambivalent about my feelings toward where it's going to go. I want it to be great. I don't know. I guess, well, maybe you'll want it to be great. We're going to hear from you guys.
Absolutely.
Of course, before we hear from all of you out there, we're going to go to our sponsor. And our sponsor is...
True Classics today. Check them out, guys.
And I love
Guys, we
their
want to take a
shirts.
second to thank a sponsor of today's episode, True Classic. This brand new sponsor has the absolute best fitting t-shirts that a man can buy. Finding the right t-shirt with a little bit of a dad bod is incredibly frustrating. Most t-shirts are either way too tight on your gut or look way too big and boxy. You're not in high school anymore, and it's time to upgrade. True Classic has already helped over 2 million men finally get a better fit at an affordable price. And the John Campea Show viewers and listeners get access to the best deal they offer. For a limited time only, get 25% off using the code CAMPEA at trueclassic.com. Look, you and I both know that almost all of men's t-shirts are designed to look good on skinny models with six-packs. But let's be honest, that's not most of us. True Classic tees taper off towards the bottom, but they fit tighter around the chest and shoulders. It's time to highlight your best attributes with a t-shirt that you can always confidently throw on. Like most of you guys, ever since college, I've always struggled to find proper fitting t-shirts that are comfortable. Well, True Classic, from the moment I put on the shirt they sent me, solves it. And True Classic doesn't just stop at tees. From polos and workout shirts with the same flattering fit. Upgrade your wardrobe with True Classic. Get 25% off at trueclassic.com with the promo code CAMPEA. Free shipping included on purchases over $100. 100% risk-free guarantee with a 30-day refund policy. Stay classy with True Classic. Your dad bod will thank you.
And thank you to True Classic for sponsoring this episode of the Pre-Hulk pregame show. Kris, we're going to hear from our viewers. What do they
Yeah.
have to say?
All right, we are starting with Mott Awesome. Might be a dumb question, but if Universal owns the distribution theatrical rights for Hulk, can Disney make a direct-to-stream Hulk movie for Disney Plus? It's not a dumb question. There are no dumb questions. But if they own the rights, they cannot do this, correct? You can do some...
It doesn't matter. It's not just probably not theatrical distribution.
can't
it's
do
all
anything.
distribution, I
Yeah.
would imagine. Yeah.
It's the same issue that we're facing with Spider-Man. If, you know...
Well, Spider-Man's different. Sony actually owns the rights to the characters.
Yes.
Lock, stock, and barrel. So
and we borrow them, basically.
Yes.
There's specific contracts, and that's why that's been happening.
yes, but Marvel still has the Hulk. They just can't distribute the Hulk. So Universal can't go and make a Hulk movie.
Exactly.
At least that's what I understand.
Great question, though. Dr. Stinky, hey, I'm having a good time with She-Hulk, but I think it's lower MCU shows with Miss Marvel still like them, but fave is still Hawkeye. All love, bring on the filthy. Okay.
I like the fact that your favorite's Hawkeye because, as John
That's
says, it's
interesting,
all
yeah.
subjective.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm a sucker for Christmas stuff, but that one was a little hit and miss for me personally.
Yeah, it was weird. The pacing was weird, and the story was kind of weird. It would always have these weird sort of tangents that went off on.
Yeah.
And I just didn't understand why Hawkeye just didn't kick ass in like a half an hour and leave.
That's fair. There's things I really love that they touched on. All the Kate Bishop stuff I thought was really, really fun. I love that they finally brought in, Clint's hearing impairment. I'm really, really interested in his family, but a lot of the execution of that one didn't work for me. But it worked for you, so that's awesome.
That's good.
Yeah. From Iconic Reactions. Okay. What if Secret Invasion isn't just about the Skrulls being known, but mutant kind is finally going to become public? And we find out there's people we've seen who are mutants and didn't even know it. How do you feel about that?
I've
Rob?
read the scripts for Secret Invasion.
No one will know.
And you know what? I'm not saying a word.
Oh,
He hasn't even told us.
yeah.
I haven't even told you.
Yeah.
But I can send you guys all the scripts if you want them. Just kidding. They're right here.
Oh man, Rob, no, no.
I know.
My only issue with this is that I feel like when we meet a mutant, we're going to know it. It's not going to be that kind of wink and nod we got in Ms. Marvel. I think it's going to be a really big buildup because the societal issue people have with mutation.
Plus, I mean, X-Men is the cornerstone franchise of Marvel.
Yeah.
And when I was growing up, when I was reading comics, especially in high school, I mean, the X-Men, I was reading X-Men and New Teen Titans, and they were like the height, especially Claremont's X-Men was the height in the latter, like between, when was this? Like, I remember the Trial of Magneto was issue 200. This was huge stuff.
Yeah.
I liked it as much as I liked Star Trek.
Whoa.
It was my comic. The way I love Star Trek on TV and the movies, X-Men was the comic equivalent of that for me.
That's a deep love.
I know.
That's great.
Deeper love.
Evelyn Jiraki-Kortza, there is a clip for today's episode that shows the LinkedIn profile of Wong, and he was a Target sales associate for 9 years. This show is funny.
That's hilarious.
I love the idea of Wong working at a Target.
I mean, then it begs the question, how did he find himself in Comertage and now he's the Sorcerer Supreme?
Ooh.
Do you think he ever goes back and shops with his former employees or former friends and torments them?
Maybe. Or he just can't help but tell somebody which aisle something's on.
Or move things around just for fun?
Yeah.
With his sorcerer
Like
powers.
you do when you go back to an old job.
Yeah.
Just to mess with people. I'd do it. From YT Pump Life. Do you think Marvel would do the Kurikow story for the X-Men Storm?
Krakoa, yeah.
Thank you. For the X-Men Storm, making a whole planet for mutant kind, them making Storm one of the most powerful mutants.
Man, I got to tell you, when Jonathan Hickman did Powers of X and House of X, it was so wild. I mean, he really, because the X-Men, for me, I just stopped reading them because I had read enough X-Men stories in my life. Literally hundreds of issues of X-Men between X-Men, Excalibur, New Mutants, everything. It was, and when that dropped, it was such a breath of fresh air because it was so weird and just crazy, bizarre. I loved it. I would love it if they did that, but there's stuff that goes on in there that might not fit with the family audience.
That's a big build too. I feel like they'd start off with something more like Genosha and then go from there. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Most of my X-Men knowledge, though, I have to be honest, is from animation and not from comic books. I'd pick them up every now and then, but...
Well, the X-Men animated series is great.
Yeah.
Bryan Singer, when he directed X-Men, he never read the comics. He'd seen the animated series. That was his experience of it. So.
From Joshua McGregor, sending in a $20 super chat.
Wow, thanks, Joshua.
From Hey Campea Crew, I totally agree about fandom. As Kris so profoundly articulated a few months ago, I don't watch movie adaptations to be right. I watch to be entertained. So good. Love the show and bring on the filthy. I said that.
Hey, you're
That's Kris shit.
I mean, you're a very wise lady.
Oh, thanks, Rob.
But I think that's actually a good sentiment if you indeed say it. But I'm dubious. Maybe you didn't. No, I'm just kidding.
I might not have. Who knows?
But I think that I think you're absolutely right. I mean, I was talking earlier about like Stanley Kubrick was a big literary adapter. He adapted many books, and he extracted his ideas from the books and filtered those ideas and gave us back something that wasn't a direct adaptation of the book, but the things that he took out of it most. I mean, I once heard that when the best book adaptations come from people who read the book once and then they write what they remember from the book.
Oh, yeah.
And then it becomes something different yet the same. And this idea that we have to have fealty and it has to be exactly like it is on the page doesn't make any sense because we're not working that medium.
Well, and exactly. Doing something shot for shot from a medium often does not work out. We saw this with The Spirit, with Watchmen, honestly, too. I mean, that was a frame for frame in a lot of places. And audiences didn't really jive with it.
No.
And you can always go back to your source material.
I mean, I love Watchmen, but I was disappointed. I think I've always said Watchmen was a great recreation, but not a good adaptation.
Absolutely.
And, again, not that we're talking about Watchmen because that's DC, but when Dr. Manhattan's in Vietnam and they're playing The Ride of the Valkyries, it's a movie that's now name-checking another movie in Apocalypse Now. They should never have done that because then suddenly you're removing yourself going, why are we listening to The Ride of the Valkyries in Vietnam? Because it was in someone else's movie, which was another interpretation of Heart of Darkness that Joseph Conrad wrote. And it just didn't work.
Exactly. So you can always go back to go read the comics, read the books, whatever, and hopefully take this for its own merit. So I'm glad that comment jived with you. That's wonderful. Yay. All right. that I maybe said.
Eternity.
Yay. The internet's forever. How terrifying. Jonathan Bunch. Hey, everyone. What are the chances we see Justin Hammer show up? Maybe season 2? I really want him to come back into the fold for Armor Wars. What do you think?
I think that's a pretty good bet.
I would love him back in
I don't know if we're going to see him here in She-Hulk, but in Armor Wars, he should be the main villain. I mean, I don't know if he is going to be the main villain, but Justin Hammer should absolutely be brought back to menace our heroes.
I love it. I had a few people in the chat suggest having Justin Hammer be part of the Thunderbolts in some way, which I thought was a very interesting concept
I agree with that.
Doing a big redemption kind of arc. So I think there's a lot of possibility for him returning.
And plus, how great would it be to see that actor back in the MCU?
Oh, I love Sam Rockwell
He's the
so
best.
much. And anytime he's in
Guy
something, he includes a
Fleetman.
dance move. Oh, he's so good. From A-Rod 2006. I think we finally got some answers from Wong tonight about his relationship with Blonsky.
I think we're going to have to.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be Wong extracting him out of his prison cell.
Oh, 1,000%.
I mean, he's just, and I want to know, how did he decide to do that? Like he did say, we've seen him say in the trailers that there's something coming or there's a threat out there. And not knowing where Hulk is, he probably turned to Blonsky as somebody who could be the defender if the Avengers or whoever's left can't have a Hulk. Go to the Abomination, and he's doing it because there's something bad coming, and we need the muscle.
Yeah.
So,
I like that theory a lot. From Big Cookie. Hi, crew. Love the first 2 episodes of She-Hulk. Over under 40% chance we see Walters join Murdoch's law firm by the end of the show. Ooh, I'm going to go under.
yeah. Because Jennifer Walters has expensive clothes she has to buy, and Matt Murdock can't pay her with all those pro bono cases.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of pro bono work. He lives in New York. She's a West Coast girl. I don't see that one happening unless maybe they do some kind of branch. But even then, I don't think the avocados at law can afford her.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think she's with a high-powered law firm that can pay her the big bucks.
Exactly.
And with all those pantsuits she has to
Yeah.
rebuy when she turns...
Pantsuits and spandex, come on, that's not cheap.
No.
What she should be buying. True classic. From Jeffrey Lindenblatt. On my theory last week. That was great, Ray. Come on. I'm a pro. Jeffrey Lindenblatt. On my theory last week. The best comedies have tragic moments. Shows like AITF, GP MASH, GT, and Ally McBeal. I bet Rob can come up with many more.
Let's watch. Let's see if he does it live.
Ooh.
Come up with many more.
No pressure.
Wait, I didn't... A comedy
Comedies
that
with
has,
tragic moments.
Oh,
Where'd he
well,
go?
well, I think Sex and the City. Big, or
Oh my
actually,
gosh,
and just
yeah.
like that, Big died. Big had a heart attack. That was tough.
That is.
You know.
I mean, The Good Place was fraught with heartbreak.
Absolutely.
And that was so existential and philosophical, and they balanced that with ridiculous humor about being murdered by margarita carts.
And what is comedy if not, as Alan Alda said in Crimes and Misdemeanors, comedy, a tragedy plus time is comedy.
Exactly. This is also why comedians handle drama so well.
It's,
because
yes. I
they're
mean,
used to being the joke and committing to the moment.
true.
YT Pump Life. Man, next week's of TV are insane. Maybe the best? I mean,
We're going to just be talking for the rest of our lives. There's so
Yeah.
many good things on TV. I mean, House of the Dragon, Lord of the Rings, She-Hulk. We got Andor starting. My God, there's Star Trek Lower Decks. I can't even believe I'm touting that show, but I am.
it's fun.
said
I've
it
finally watched some of it. It's fun.
Twice I've talked
I
about
like
it today.
I mean, Jonathan's probably going to just move into the studio. I'm assuming that's what's happening.
Oh, yeah. It is.
You happy about that?
Just exhaling.
Like Verb. If you're a Schoolhouse Rock fan, Verb, that's what's happening. So there you go.
Solid reference.
You like that?
I love Schoolhouse Rock. Ah.
And button or. Linking up words and phrases and clauses.
From Dr. Stinky, just some support. Thank you, Dr. Stinky. From Hero75. Unlikely, but I wonder if we get a Shang-Chi cameo. He did see Abomination go back to his cell willingly. Or maybe his sister, the leader of the 10 Rings, wouldn't make a good witness.
I would love to see her show up and pay Blonsky's, like, whatever, bail or whatever.
Oh, that'd be
and
great.
take him with her. She's
I
coming.
would
He's
love
coming
that.
with me.
Of just like, I'm interested in this muscle. I think we can have a deal. And I've got a large compound for you and your 7 soulmates to live on.
That's right.
He's looking for land.
Maybe she is one of the 7 soulmates.
That's how he gets them. He's getting catfish.
And no, she's paying for things.
Oh,
She's
do
putting.
you think it'd be a legitimate love?
I don't know about between the two of them. I think that she wants to use him.
Oh,
Maybe.
That's
Isn't that
fair.
what love is?
whoa.
But I mean,
I've been misled. I'm just kidding.
I mean, maybe she's an abomination queen. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe that's what she likes.
That's what she's into. No one's going to kink shame here.
Nope.
All right.
What's next?
From Dr. Stinky, over or under we get Wong this episode, bring on the filthy. I'd go over.
I think over. We're way over.
Yeah. I'd
Wong.
go like over 75%.
You can't go Wong saying Wong will show up tonight.
Boo.
I know. Terrible. That's really bad. It's awful.
More
Lazy.
Dr. Stinky. Also, John Campea as a She-Hulk variant. Bring on the filthy.
Well, I mean, after all, he was
an attorney.
But he's also in Hulk.
That's
He's
true.
In the Hulk. He was in the same movie Abomination was in. So there's no reason why. And they did shoot some of it here. So maybe John didn't tell us, but he is going to cameo in She-Hulk.
That makes sense. That's why he left early today. It's not to go see Lord of the Rings. It's because he didn't want to be here and spoil his own appearance.
I think that's probably true.
Shifty Campea.
He's letting me do it for him.
From Joshua McGregor. Hey, crew, what are the chances we get Titania back this episode? Whenever we do, what do you think her role will be? Hashtag One Punch Woman. Hashtag Bring on the Filthy.
I think we absolutely are going to get her because we have to know what was going on and what's happening there and where's that going to go? Is it going to go anywhere? It's got to go somewhere.
Well, and she's being touted as, She-Hulk's big nemesis. So we really need to have the two of them have more screen time. And from what it seems like when they've been pitching the show and everything, she's an influencer who has these metahuman powers. And so She-Hulk is blowing up. People are really, really into this character, this new hero on the scene, and that is messing with her, influencer vibe. And I think she's going to have some really petty bullshit that she's going to be dishing out.
I want them to go shopping. I want a shopping montage with the two of them. They're fighting over the same clothes or something.
Oh, and it just gets real vicious.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have to find a clip to send you of some of the fight choreography that Jamil wanted to try out of just she should just punch me right in the vag. I think that'd be hilarious. And the people at Marvel were like, we can try that. We can do that. It's so funny. She's like, luckily, I'm not in charge of these things. And the good people let me try it and went, so we'll move on now. So I'm excited to see what other kind of fight choreography they're bringing to the table.
I just don't know what to say to that.
It's fine.
You've shut me up.
Whoa.
I know.
Whoa.
Hard to do.
Indiana 058. Hi, John and crew. Do you think this will be the episode that Jen goes on that date we saw in the trailer? Can't wait for that.
It wouldn't surprise me, but maybe that's in episode 4 only because what we want from this episode seems to be now jam-packed in the 19 minutes it's going to last. So, I mean, we want Wong, we want Abomination, we want
her
dates.
dating.
We want Titania.
We want Pug.
We
Man.
want it all.
I want 7 Skrulls. I want everyone to show up.
Yeah, why not?
Man.
Yeah, it's craziness.
From J Master, did you guys see the new official release D23 poster with so many hints of what is to come? Wong will appear tonight, maybe Daredevil.
Well, we've seen Daredevil in a preview, so I think he does. I mean, we're going to get him, right?
I think so, and I think tonight is the night we get Wong.
As Rod Stewart said, tonight's the night. So there we go.
Famously. So you're saying there's a chance. I think Wong shows up and says, sorry, we can't talk about Fight Club. Number 1 rule.
I mean, that would be kind of funny.
That'd be cute.
I'd like that.
I'd like that. I would love it if Wong had a Fight Club poster in his room at the same time. I think that'd just be great.
And I want him to admit that they do it to make extra cash.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He's not just doing it for training purposes. So we make some extra cash on the side. What's wrong with that?
Yeah. I need some little hints in there of gray morality.
Yes.
I would like that.
I'm right there with you.
What else? From Suthius. Preview of episode shows the girls not knowing who Wong is, but most likely knows who Doctor Strange is. Wong is underappreciated in the MCU.
I think they're going to make that into a joke. And he'll say something like, do you know I'm the Sorcerer Supreme? But why would anybody know? I mean, he did fight in the Battle of New York in Infinity War. He was there. But why would people know who he is? It's not like he's front and center. And I would imagine he would want to keep more of a low profile.
I would think so, too.
Because then he can go wherever he wants. Can you imagine if you're Wong and people knew who you were and you're walking down the street to go get some deli?
Yeah.
How many people would want to come? Can you fix my nose? Can you sorcerer?
Can you help me with this?
Yeah, I need some.
Absolutely not. He wants to be able to go to karaoke whenever he can.
Yes.
Wants to do all of his stuff.
And we know he can go karaoke in San Francisco and no one knows who he is.
Yeah. And now he can belt out some Beyonce now that he knows those tasty lyrics. All right. Can we scroll up?
We got Suthius. Oh, here we go.
Yeah. Oh, from Dr. Stinky. Me again. At this rate, episode 9 will be 3 minutes. Bring on the filthy.
Probably will be.
I hope not. I hope we're getting full, as close to 30 minutes as possible.
At least, because it's just, again, John said last week, he made that good point that it's not that it wasn't good, but it wasn't fulfilling.
Yeah.
And we talked about the actual sitcom format. It would set up a premise and carry that premise through from a beginning a middle to an end. So when you get to the end of any episode of any sitcom, you feel you've been told an entire story. Whereas this, it wants to lean into the sitcom format without follow. It feels like a sitcom, but it doesn't fulfill like an episode of a sitcom does.
Exactly. Well, because typically it's in 30 minutes, your wacky antics are dealt with, and you possibly learn a morality lesson.
Yes.
And that this is trying to be a little more serialized than what that's typically.
Yeah, and again, it feels more like the ordinary Marvel show. Whereas, I think about how WandaVision, those first 3 episodes were so, what is going on? And they're doing those recreations of the 50s sitcom, the 60s sitcom, the 70s sitcom. So you really understood that. And those episodes played out like they actually had and yet now they're making an actual sitcom, and it feels less like a sitcom than the first 3 episodes of WandaVision did.
I agree.
So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, see what they can do.
From Jasperson, can Daredevil tell if She-Hulk is green?
She probably just looks red to him, right? Doesn't he see the world on fire?
Yeah, he probably can't see color, being that he's blind.
Yeah.
But
He can make assumptions based on context clues.
Isn't it more like a kind of a reddish, like radar-ish?
Yeah.
That's how it is typically depicted.
Yeah.
I mean, that's an interesting thing. I mean, I would think he would assume he used to be able to see, so he knows what colors would look like
Yeah.
in his mind's eye. So he probably, if someone says she's the She-Hulk and he says, "Are you green?"
Yeah.
He just probably couldn't tell you what shade of green.
He's probably more focused on the whole 7-foot build thing.
Yes.
That's what I would
Hubba
focus
hubba,
on.
he's probably thinking.
From Dr. Stinky, Red Hulk over or under 30%, bring on the filthy. I don't think we'd
Under.
get Red Hulk in this.
I don't either. I think it's too off-brand.
Yeah.
I mean, when they bring in Red Hulk, people are like, what? Huh?
Have you ever heard Jeff Loeb talk about Red Hulk at Comic-Con one year? He was like, I just thought it'd be cute.
That was it?
Red guy against this green guy. And I don't know if he was actually earnest in that, but it was hilarious to me I just wanted the idea of these 2 little guys being up against each other.
Wow, so we get the Red Hulk. Way to mess with continuity.
Yeah.
I guess that's the way it happens. That's the artistic process.
He might have just been taking the mickey out of it when somebody asked him about why there was a Red Hulk, but man, it killed me. I thought it was great. I just thought it was cute.
That's funny. I like that. Funny.
From Ray Ora.
Wait, Ray Ora from this. We just
From
got a
this
super
very
chat
room.
from this room.
From just crushing
The
it
super chatter is in the room.
in the room. You guys still watching this show? Yeah, Ray, some of us have to keep doing our jobs. Take a picture of you like hanging out on the floor here right now.
I love the fact that Ray Ora is actually in this room listening to us talk
Trolling
about
us.
the show while he's super chatting us, asking if we watch the show.
Using that
trolling
Campea
us.
paycheck.
Did you see it was only $1.99?
Oh, boo.
Hey, we appreciate we appreciate anything anybody wants to send us, including if it's someone that works with us and knows better.
Sure, Rob. Sure.
That's true.
Right. From Alan Ling. I had a moment where I'm concerned for the series. Less than 30-minute episodes for 9 episodes is making me feel like that's not a lot of time. Should I be worried? Today, I felt like that's short. Well, it's 10 episodes, I thought. Is it 9?
No, it's 9 episodes.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
But I don't think you should be worried.
No.
You should be worried about global warming. But I don't think about the length of She-Hulk.
Yeah. You can be concerned about this show, though I can understand that.
I think overall it's ultimately on these shows is what is the overall impact? When the show is over, have you been told a great story? Do you feel fulfilled? Or was it just kind of mediocre?
Exactly. And I feel like because Phase 4 has been pretty disjointed,
Yeah.
I think people are wanting more from these properties, so we get a bit more congruency.
And I also, I mean, I don't mean to be this way, but I can't help but wonder, how does She-Hulk fit into the larger MCU continuity?
Oh, same.
I mean, they're introducing her, so she has to fit in. Because look, they've set up this expectation. They're making a larger universe. Wakanda Forever is going to be the 30th MCU movie. Now they're adding all of these, and they've set it up so it's one long meta story, whatever. How does She-Hulk fit into that? Is she just an aside? Or is she going to matter?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is she going to be a West Coast Avenger?
Is she going to be, or a member of the Fantastic Four or the Avengers?
Yes. Only time will tell. I don't know. From Telephone Productions. Hey guys, Telephone here. The reason she dates as She-Hulk is because she is clearly more confident as her versus herself. Well, I mean, that's something we'll explore, Telephone, because we haven't seen that yet.
Right. And she seems to me like she's a pretty confident woman. I don't think Jennifer, when she doesn't strike me as well. Until I was the Hulk, I was a bit of a pushover.
Yeah.
She doesn't strike me that way at all.
No. She knows she's a good lawyer. She knows she's a good friend. She knows she's a good daughter. I feel like a great cousin.
Great
you
cousin.
know?
And a good lawyer.
Yeah. And so I feel like she's going to, I don't know, I feel like it's going to be the inhibitions thing. That's me personally, though.
That makes sense. I mean, that makes sense. I just can't wait to see the disparity between her and even how many, does she find a guy that's finally like 6'8"?
Oh, height doesn't matter, though. You could date a short guy.
Can you?
Yeah. I've dated shorter guys.
Oh, okay.
I mean, pretty short because I'm 5'6", so like 5'5" and stuff.
How far? What's the lowest? Would you date Prince at 5'3"?
That's the lowest you would go.
Anyone would date Prince, first of all. If it's Prince, you'd be like, yes. And then Logan's 6'1".
Okay.
So I don't know, maybe you marry tall. Oh no, maybe I am superficial. No.
Date short.
Date short, marry tall. Oh no.
Wow.
Oh no.
Moving on.
We're off topic.
From Max Cohen, I think the headline 100% confirms Wolverine, but not for She-Hulk, for X-Men. I think over the next few MCU entries will hint that hints will drop for who's on team.
Well, the hint they dropped for Wolverine didn't mean he was on the team yet. It was like right from the first X-Men when he's pit fighting or cage fighting in Canada, in the outback of Canada, in the wilds, the snowy, wherever they are in the woods, wherever that bar was. So it's not like he's fighting with the X-Men yet.
That's
He's
true.
just a dude with blades.
With snicketies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snicketies.
That's the technical name for it. Snicketies. From Dwan William, how would a guy know where is the best female bathroom for pooping? And what service is Hulk using to get service in space? Is it Mint Mobile? It absolutely is Mint Mobile, Dwan. Thank you for asking.
Well, the best bathroom for pooping is clearly where he has his cameras planted.
Rob.
I'm just kidding. I mean,
Why? I mean, again, maybe someone's into that.
They have
I'm
liabilities.
sure it's just the most
Maybe someone's
peaceful
into that.
spot where nobody visits very often. So
because look,
clean and
everybody at
quiet.
work, everybody knows everybody has their place they like to go.
Well, and I've had this happen. I mean, we're going to have more women working here soon, but I've worked at places though too where there's a whole bunch of guys and the women's restroom is always pretty much empty because there's only one or two women working in there. So, I mean, obviously there might just be like a cleaner, cuter one around the corner.
Yeah, that's true. That's
I don't
true.
know.
And you walk around two more corners or something. People, that's worth it
Yeah, I think so.
to have some solitude.
Rob
Yeah.
just got fired. John Campea just wrote that in.
Oh no.
Moving on quickly.
From J Master, She-Hulk star Ginger Gonzaga revealed that Marvel paid her to use her personal clothes. Oh, that actually happens a lot. You get a pay bump.
Yeah, you do, because a lot of times people want you to bring your authentic street clothes in to it. Just also when you have a larger cast or you have the costume department that's working overtime, that's very helpful.
Yeah. And she obviously has really great taste because her clothes are adorable. She's
Yeah.
super cute. All right, from Frankie Gouge. In the clip shown today, Blonsky states Wong forced him to leave his cell.
Sure. Well, that means we know that comes up.
Yeah.
So Wong, I mean, I hope we see like a flashback moment where we see Wong's first interaction with Blonsky where he shows up, because that would be a funny conversation.
That would
Listen,
be.
what I want you to do is I want you to come with me over to Asia and we're going to be in a fight club together.
So fun.
I mean, I would
Let's
like to
go.
see that.
I feel like, too, is Blonsky the most reliable narrator?
Yeah. No. I don't believe a word that comes out of his
No.
mouth.
Might be doing some self-work, but I don't trust him.
No.
I don't know. All right, from Mode Awesome. The people who didn't like episodes 3 through 4 were because it got funnier and crazier. Sign me up, haha, bring on the filthy.
That could
Are we
very well
sure?
be.
I mean, maybe, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it like Christian Harloff said, he liked all 4 episodes, but he thought that 3 and 4 were not as entertaining as 1 and 2, but they were still good.
Christian Harloff, known enemy of fun. So, I mean, that's probably the issue here.
No, but I do think that obviously I think the first 2 episodes, like, we're asking for setup. What we want is more of a down to earth procedural with She-Hulk in it.
Yeah.
You know, something like I love Alan Shore in The Practice and Boston Legal. I would like to see the show settle down into something along those lines.
Yeah, I want some Danny Cran Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I want
Yes.
some Ally McBeal dancing baby.
Yes. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
But the She-Hulk equivalent of those.
Exactly.
I mean, I think we're going to get that.
I'm holding out hope. I believe in this.
Well,
From Jason A. Prediction. If they make one more Cap reference, he's going to get a cameo on this show. We're 2 out of 2 episodes so far.
Well, the thing is, Captain America there's only old Cap now, and old Cap is unknown. No one's admitted that Captain America still exists in the universe as an old man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I could see maybe there's an interaction where he does show up, but Jennifer Walters doesn't know who he is, and maybe they play that joke off or
That could
something.
be fun.
Yeah, that could be fun.
Some just old man Cap like sits down next to her at a bar and she's like, okay, Grandpa. And he's like, you missed out on America's ass.
Something like that. I mean, you know.
He's a gent, though. I feel
Or
like he
maybe the joke is that when he gets up and walks away, he's still, because of the super soldier serum,
He still has
a great
America's
ass.
ass.
And she recognizes him, and she's like, wait a minute. Because that could be funny.
He was him the whole time? Whoa.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past anything on this show.
Maybe.
You never know.
Maybe.
Whatever the funny joke is.
From J Master, fun fact, on the D23 poster, Spider-Man is on it. He is. Taylor just sent this to me. Thank you, Taylor. They've got a lot of Spider-Man.
But also,
stuff.
Spider-Man, the No Way Home, the new version of it is coming out this weekend.
The more fun stuff, right?
The more fun stuff.
Yeah.
It has a different post-credit scene. It no longer has the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness trailer. It has a new scene where you actually learn more about the spell and how Peter Parker, like how is it defined? At least that's what I understand.
Okay. That's very exciting. And also, I mean, at the Disneyland park, they have a ton of Spider-Man iconography there. The characters walking around doing meet and greets. There's a ride. So it
And
makes sense.
there's the crashing Spider-Man stunt robot.
Yes.
I mean, you know,
They have them all over. Those are actually really cute. I like that detail there.
good.
Alrighty, from Dr. Stinky. What, Dr. Stinky, you're supporting us so much today. Thank you so much. Rob, do you have Hulk hot toys? Bring on the filthy John's MeUndies.
I do. I actually have the very first, I think it's the Avengers Hulk hot toy.
Ooh.
I never got any of the other Hulks, but what I would really like to get, what I want to buy is, I slept on it, Gladiator Hulk from Ragnarok. Oh. I've got Gladiator Thor, but I love Gladiator Hulk from Ragnarok with all the gladiator accoutrements.
Oh, that'd be a great one to have.
But I just slept on those figures. Those figures are so expensive. Mm-hmm. But you know what? Maybe somebody somewhere will get me one.
Aw, one
You never
day.
know.
Yeah, Ray. From Joshua
Not keep
McGregor.
super chatting.
From Joshua McGregor. Over under, as part of their interaction, Jen flirts with Matt.
Oh, I think for sure.
I think she would.
Why wouldn't she?
Matt Murdock's a dreamboat.
Or if he flirts with her, it could be funnier.
Ooh.
Is
Did you say a short dreamboat?
short dreamboat?
He's still cute.
He is cute.
From TJ Thomas. Red She-Hulk, anyone?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so. Because that's a concept they have to establish these characters first before then they change the characters.
Yeah. I mean, maybe at some point, if there are multiple seasons of this, they can keep doing this derivative joke.
What is this? The She-Hulk, She-You?
I would love if they did that, actually.
I just don't see it happening.
Yeah.
Not until maybe in season 2, if this gets to
Maybe.
season 2.
Yeah, I could see that then. From Nathan Cormer. Wee! Wait, hold on. There's inflection. Wee! I'm a professional.
Wow.
Soothius.
I wonder what he's doing, Nathan, right now.
I hope just. He's currently on a roller coaster. Soothius. Bruce will come back. Oh,
where'd we go? Wow. Why
There
did
you go.
Bump it all the way down there?
Bruce will come back with rage and anger. Hence why Wong is training Emil. Not for a universal threat, but for an emotionally charged Bruce. Thoughts?
I mean, that's an interesting idea. I just don't think they're going to make Bruce the big bad in this series. Like suddenly, unless they're preparing for World War Hulk. I think it's more, I honestly think that Hulk has a kid.
I think
He
so
was
too.
contacted and he's going to come back and we're going to meet that kid because I believe it feeds into my fantasy or maybe reality of a Young Avengers movie or series.
Do you think they'd... Oh,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, do you think they'd go Scar or would they make Hulkling like his son?
Well, isn't Hulkling Kang?
Yeah.
So I don't think that they're going to do that.
Okay.
Not yet.
I
But
didn't know if they do it for like synergy purposes here.
No, but I think Scar would be like even Banner said, look, I was Hulk for 2 years and I was only Hulk. And there was probably stuff that he didn't even remember doing.
Yeah.
So like siring a child was one of them.
Well, and that's part of the Hulk thing is you give into a lot of the id, right? You're just not using your other cognitive abilities a lot of times.
Well, right. And I think actually that would be really interesting because like I was saying early on, I don't know if it was last week, I was saying to John, wouldn't it be interesting if you then dealt with what happens when you show up with an alien? Is there immigration papers to fill out? Like Hulk's like, no, he's my son. Well, yeah, but he wasn't born on Earth.
Born here, so we have to deal with this.
So does that mean you're immediately an American citizen?
He's
And
not
maybe
Kevin.
Jennifer Walters has to figure that out.
And then we bring in, season 2. What were you going to say, Jonathan?
Oh, I was just going to say, I mean, that would require, like, they don't have the time stone, so it's not like the Sorcerer Supreme can see, like, timelines or something. Like,
Right.
This is going to happen in the future. We have to, you know what I mean? So.
Oh, the chat corrected us. Thank you, guys. Iron Lad is Kang. And then Hulkling
right.
is a Skrull.
That's
okay.
right. That's right.
Thanks, you
That's
guys.
right.
Appreciate it. Keeping us honest. From Suthius. Oh, no, we just did that one from Jay Master. I feel Holloway is working for Kingpin or for Val. Ooh. I mean, that's not off base.
Yeah, I think that maybe. I mean, if you're bringing in, look, if Matt Murdock is in this show, which we know he is, then bringing in Kingpin is not something, that's not a big stretch.
Yeah.
I can see Val for sure.
Oh, I think that'd be really, really fun. I love that.
Because, I mean, that would go right into Thunderbolts. I mean, you could see,
Exactly.
like,
Yep.
So.
Oh, yeah. Well
And maybe
done,
she's
Jay
the one that
Master.
comes and gets Blonsky at the end. Like something happens and then she just comes and goes, nope, he is coming with me.
Yeah. Oh, I think that'd be fun. Yes. From Dr. Stinky again. Over under 1%, I stopped sending super chats.
Under
Under?
1%.
We're going to get more.
Maybe not on this show.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, the
but we
next day,
appreciate
and
you,
the day after
Stinky.
that.
I mean, you're a doctor. You can afford it. It's
Yeah.
fine. From Joe Dawn, I just want to see Frogman. Me too.
Aren't we going to?
He's in the trailer.
Yeah.
And I mean, what a weird character to bring in. I mean, you talk about how we kind of started the MCU with, I mean, respectfully now, but they were B-listers. They weren't
Yeah.
people that, you talked about, even if you were a really big Marvel comic person. And to bring in someone like Frogman, who was so tertiary and just had springs in his costume and was a street level hero that interacted with Spider-Man. I mean, I think it's hilarious.
I think the James Gunn influence is definitely in this show.
I think so too. Oh, it'll be really exciting if Frogman has some better powers in this too.
Yeah. Or maybe not.
Yeah.
And that's what there's the humor.
Just a straight up vigilante who's got little slinkies in his footsies.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. From James Argenta, Red Hulk is Thunderbolt Ross and Red She-Hulk is his daughter Betty. Well, an issue with Thunderbolt Ross.
But he's dead.
Yeah, I
mean, actually, he's not dead. William Hurt's dead.
William Hurt's dead.
I
and
wonder if they're going to recast him.
I've been wondering about that. I think they will. I was talking with Logan about this the other day, and he thinks they're not going to do that, which I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, look, I love William Hurt, but it's not like Thunderbolt Ross is front and center, one of their major characters.
Exactly.
And rest in peace, William Hurt, because I love you. But I think Thunderbolt Ross could absolutely be somehow recast, and I don't think people would notice.
I don't think people would be particularly upset about that recasting. It'd be kind of like a Dumbledore situation.
Yes.
Someone else taking on the moniker. So I
Yep.
understand that one. But I don't think we're going to see them come back
No.
in that form.
No.
From Dr. J, Jamila not back until episode 5. I think the next 2 episodes will be more world building. Oh, is she not? Is that confirmed?
I don't know. I mean, that might be true, but I just want to see this show. I want to know what it is. You know, and again, we've only seen, 87 seconds of the show? It's only, no, I mean, with both episodes, it's not very long. So we've gotten to the end of Act 1.
Yeah.
So now we're going to see the Act 1-2 turn, whatever that might be. And then maybe we'll get, so that's the 3rd episode. Then episodes 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 are the end. That's the middle act.
That's
and then
when
we
we-
go to the end. I don't know. I mean, I want to know because I feel like we're doing this show right now. I'm talking about a show that I really have no idea where it's going to go yet.
Exactly.
And I feel it's all speculation now until I guess that's what we do.
That's
with
the whole point of this
the
show.
pre-Hulk show. But I wish I knew more so I could sound more erudite as I discuss it.
I think once we do have some of that more world building, like they just astutely talked about, we're going to be able to have some more theories going into this.
Yes. Yes.
From Marasam, I shall send more than Dr. Stinky. Love y'all. Please get into a super chat challenge fight. I love that.
Yeah, wow.
We can only win. Thank you for your support, though, guys. From Tim Platt, I just want to see what they would sell at a Target at Carmitage.
I mean, they would have. I mean, Carmitage needs sundries and everything that they would sell at Target.
Bookmarks.
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 A lot of
Be a
books
big
there.
one, yeah.
A lot of books there. No, but that actually, because if you think about it, we never see. This is the perfect place, the perfect show where you could delve into the fact that superheroes need toilet paper.
Yeah.
You know, they need toothpaste.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't there be a Target next to
They need all those
Cabotage? Or
things.
inside, like in a military base overseas, they have all these American staples inside the base. So maybe they've got that over at.
I think they would.
You know,
'Cause you're not going to tell me people are dog earing those books. Come on. It's not allowed.
the
They're not.
ancient texts.
Just all right. From Allison Hoffman, 8 out of 37. What happens if Jen gets married?
Well, I mean, where's the wedding going to be?
I hope that they're very happy together.
Yeah, me too.
It's a green wedding. I hope it's not a marriage of convenience. I hope that she actually loves her partner and that it's really nice.
And it's not arranged.
Yeah. From Mott Awesome. By the way, Rob pronounces my name the best. Well,
Motossum.
okay, well, there you go. Dr.
Like-
Stinky,
Look, Dr. Stinky's back again.
sending in more support.
I was
Yay,
right,
you
under
did.
1%.
You nailed it. From Cockroach77, I just finished binging The Boys because you all just wouldn't stop talking about it. And wow, I see why. Arguably my fave show on TV right now. Oh, I love that. That makes me
Cockroach
so
was
happy.
probably under a couch, so he didn't watch it. That's when he finally came out, sat down, and said,
Well
you know
played. Yeah.
what? There you go.
Living that metamorphosis life.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Well, we're glad you're liking it. It's a really fun show.
Nice literary reference.
Thank you. A Sith Lord. Hulk has always been my favorite Marvel character. Oh, I love that.
I love a Sith Loud.
A Sith Lord.
He's a Sith Loud.
Yeah.
I love that.
Bless him. Hulk has always been your favorite character. That's great. Hopefully, at some point, they'll do something to give Hulk a little more stage time.
I loved when the Hulk was in Vegas as the fixer. Like he was the doorman at clubs and
Yeah.
stuff. I love that.
That was a really fun arc.
I mean, I think people would go bananas if they did that within the MCU, but I would be there for it.
I also like the idea of Mark Ruffalo just doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Of just, hey, guys, let's not fight. I think it'd be real precious. From Nathan Cormier, is it sad that I'm not feeling this show as much as I was hoping to? Still watching, though.
No, I have to say I'm kind of there with you, Nathan.
I am
mean,
too.
I want to feel. I like Fox. I want to Fox Mulder it. I want to
I wanna
believe.
believe.
And I don't. I think that I'm hoping this episode will make me believe.
I hope so, too, because right now I feel more, Scully.
I mean, I like it. It's.
Yeah.
I really have enjoyed it, but I'm not feeling it is a good way to put it.
I think so, too. Well said. Dwayne Cinema. Started watching some of the side Marvel shows like Punisher and Daredevil. Ooh, lucky you. Those are fun to watch.
Both of them. I really like. I really like the Punisher seasons 1 and 2, and
brutal.
I mean, that's five great seasons of Marvel TV superhero action.
We just started rewatching the Daredevil series right before She-Hulk started. Just
Does
to
it hold
kind of-
up?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
So good. It's so good. From Chris Retzlaff. She-Hulk plus Beavis and Butthead equals 40 minutes of laughter. That's a
They
good.
would just be laughing.
It's a good back-to-back.
There you go.
From Cockroach77. Forgive my last one. Thought this was open mic.
It is an open mic.
It basically is. Cockroach, you can write whatever you want.
Yeah.
We're here to talk to you about any kind of movies and things. If you have a She-Hulk related question, awesome. But if you want to talk about another show you like, that's cool too. No judgment here.
No, we just do what we
Saying no
can.
open mic.
Yeah. Do you want to say this name, Rob?
Motossum.
There you go, bud. I think if Betty Ross comes, it'll be played by Jennifer Connelly. Her husband is already in the MCU, and she voiced Suit Lady in Spider-Man Homecoming.
If Jennifer Connelly walked into any place, I don't think anybody would do anything except applaud.
That's true.
Vigorously. I know I would.
She's incredible.
I love her.
She's a wonderful, wonderful actress. I love her. And her voice work in Spider-Man was great.
It's really good. And also, I mean, she's having a pretty good summer with Maverick.
Absolutely.
Her box office, whenever they see like how much your lifetime box office was,
Yeah.
boy, it just took a shot up the up that ladder.
Well, and she just signed on for some kind of new dark suspense thriller too. So
a series.
Yeah, she's got a lot going on, and that's very exciting because she's so talented.
It's true.
From Suthius, I think Jen laments not having a chance with Steve. I
Well,
mean, don't we all?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she does. I mean, I would imagine that Steve would be kind of the poster child for the most desirable man.
Yeah, and I mean-
forthright American. He has got a great ass, and he's a super soldier.
It's true. And Chris Evans is basically just him in real life.
Yeah.
Good Boston kid. So
There you go.
I get Jen's pain. And then some support from Ian S. So thank you so much, Ian. We appreciate you.
Wow, I guess that means that's the end of our pre-Hulk show.
We did it, and we did it on time, Rob. John's not going to be mad at us.
That's amazing, and I think we didn't leave any dead air,
I don't think so.
which was good.
We nailed it.
Well, thank you for being such a delightful co-compatriot.
Oh my gosh, thank you
co-conspirator.
for leading the charge here. You did a great job today.
Well, thank you.
No
I very
problem.
much appreciate that. You know who else did a great job? Jonathan Voico.
Yeah, he did.
Did a great job for producing the show, and also, of course, Taylor and Ray were over there in the Peanut Gallery
Ray was
laughing at
okay.
our jokes. But boy, what a cheapskate when it comes to super
I
chats.
know, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Bring your wallet next time, Aura. Lord.
And I want to thank our sponsor, and our sponsor was...
True Classic. Get those shirts, y'all. They're nice.
And I want to thank all of you for supporting this channel via Super Chats, because it gives us something great to talk about, and we can make jokes.
Absolutely.
I mean, we wouldn't be funny without you.
Exactly.
And I need you. So thanks. And on that note, well, we're going to watch She-Hulk tonight. And tomorrow, you can come back and join our team once again. And we will do a pre-Hulk,
A
post-Hulk show.
The after show.
It's going to grow and get bigger and more angry.
Exactly.
Or maybe not.
And if you can't watch us live, you can always find us in the podcast format, the After Show podcast, which I believe we are still in the top 10 on iTunes, which
Are
is
we?
very exciting.
It's amazing. And that is a separate channel from our normal John Campea Show channel.
which
So
will be back tomorrow morning as well. So
look out for that.
thank you so much, you guys. We really appreciate you. We hope you have a good night and happy hulking.